All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to say peace, mercy, and blessings. Much love, honor, and respect to all the hopeful elect, all the fellow laborers out there, all the Akim. All right. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he exists or he's to be. The true name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, which means he's the deliverer. All right, and today is May 19th, 2024. All right, we are in the year the apostles deemed the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, and the so-called white men, they're not white, they're red. They're the Idumeans according to the Holy Bible. Right? We're the Hebrews, the Jews, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. We're the people that make up the lost 12 tribes of Israel. We come out here to prophesy what's to come in the future. All right? So I'm going to bring out this precept. This is from the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel. Now, the Son of Man is dealing with the prophet Ezekiel. Now, who's the house of Israel? The 12 tribes. All right, because you have Israel, the northern kingdom, and then you have Judah, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay? But there's actually 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right? And we're scattered all throughout the world. It's not about skin color. It's not a black thing. It's a seed thing. All right? Nationality, according to the father's side. All right? It says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, go and speak unto the house of Israel. So we're out here to speak unto our people, but also to prophesy the downfall of you other nations. All right? Because you have the Russians, it's rumored that they're doing nuclear drills off the coast of California. It's rumored that Iran possessed nuclear capability. Okay, there's wars and rumors of wars. So shit is about to pop off. All right? But my point is that these other nations, they feel like they're going to be the next to rule. That's not so. The coming kingdom is going to be ruled, all right, by the Heavenly Father's Son, Yahushua. All right? And then you have the 144,000. King David's going to be set up as king. And the 1/3, that's going to be the governing body. That's the world that is speaking about in John 3:16. Okay? And also along with that, all Israel is going to be saved. Okay? Right now on this side, 2/3 of our people, they're not going to make it. They're going to perish. All right? But they will be born back in the kingdom. All right? This is Ezekiel 3 and 2. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. Now the roll that it's talking about is the Holy Bible, the scriptures. All right? Now with the Bible, you got to understand that there's a book called the Apocrypha, which means sent or hidden. All right? Which is pretty much the books that were taken out. And this book is very important because it contains the history of the Maccabees and the Greeks. When I was watching the Apostles' camp before I came up here, they were going into that history. Because you got to know about the Lacedaemonians, who are the Spartans, who are Israelites. All right, the 6 Syrian wars, Alexander the Great, his 4 generals, Antiochus. All right, during the time of the Greeks, our people fell on a heavy persecution. They weren't allowed to practice their customs, laws, statutes, and commandments, and thus they became Greeks. Okay, so when you read in the New Testament, neither Jew nor Greek, you got to understand that our people were called Hellenes, which is a Greek-speaking Jew. So it's talking about the Israelites. All right, and if you can find that history in the Apocrypha, So when it says eat this roll, it will behoove you to get, if you can't get a 1611, you get a regular sword, a Bible, study Bible, and buy the Apocrypha with it. All right? Now also, we got the GNT, which is the Good News Translation, and this actually has the Apocrypha in it. you know. So back in Ezekiel, so I open my mouth, which is the metaphor for your mind, you know, because you want to eat this, you want to digest it, you want to get it in your mind, your soul, all right? So I'm going to read the legend here. It says, to eat the scroll signifies internalizing the roles written on it. Afterwards, he will proclaim the words to the people. So before we come out here, we're studying, you know, we're standing upon our watch. Let me grab that in Habakkuk. We're doing our research. Then we come out here and let our people know what it is, because we're the modern day watchmen. Okay? This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, right? So the prophets are the modern day watchmen, all right? Towers of this time will be your internet. You know, you're researching things, you're looking up words, you're connecting this dot and that dot. Like, for example, these migrants that's been coming out, that's been coming up through the border for years now, is the information now being brought out on how those are actually UN troops pretty much waiting to be called to action, man. Blue helmets, so-called peacekeepers. All right, and what they're going to do is they're going to come here, they're going to put a lot of hell on you Americans, man. Take away your possessions, throw you in FEMA camps. All right, this is Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I'm improved. So we're just doing our research, praying that the Spirit hit us, measuring the time diligently, all right, internalizing these words, all right, which are the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or they're inspired by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, whether given to the prophets and told them to write it down. And then we come out here and proclaim to these people, okay, because this book was once sealed. But what happened? Yahushua gave up his life to loose those seals so that we can read, you know, blessed to see that read it, internalize, get the understanding, go out and teach our people, okay? And in thus doing so, Lord willing, we be part of the elect and we get saved ourselves, all right? Habakkuk chapter 2 and 1, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2, and the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, answered me. All right, the real name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he exists or he is to be. And that's very, very important because the name of the Lord is a strong tower, right? The righteous running into it and it's safe, as the scriptures say, you know? And it's not Yahuwah, it's not Yeshua, it's not Yahweh, it's not Jehovah. Those are not the correct pronunciations. Okay, and thus the church being likened unto the Most High's bride, who's the husband, the anointed, Yahushua. All right, so we would have to know his name. Okay, we won't get married to someone and you know you don't know their name, you don't know what to call them. What's the first thing Moses asked? He said, "What is thy name?" You see, back in Habakkuk 2 and 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables that he may run that readeth it. So we're the runners. The prophets are the runners. Where are we running? To record these videos, man. To put the information out. To come out on the highways and hedges. The chief place of concourse. All right. Right now, I'm out here on East Main Street. You know, it's a Sunday, but it's a lot of traffic out here, man. It's a chief place of concourse. You know, just to pan the camera around so you can see. We're out here for all nations to see us, man. Because us being out here alone is a sign. All right. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. So we're running. We're running to the strong tower, which is the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're running to camp to teach this word and to hit the record button to do the lessons throughout the week, man. So that we can edify our people and help seal the elect. Because once the elect are sealed, that's when the destruction is going to be let loose. Okay? And we understand that, man. And notice it say write the vision. All right. The men of the Lord received visions and they wrote it down. This is why we have the Holy Bible. All right. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Right. There's an appointed time to what the microchip, which the rice device, the C-hip, which is the MOTB, the MARK of the beast, is going to be implemented. Now we see the gradualism of it. When you have the C-hip on your card, when you go to get gas, what do they say? Insert chip. All right, things of that nature. Right now, you already have people that are paying with their palm. All right, you already have people that are paying with their hands. You already have people that have this device in them. Okay. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. At the end of what? At the end of the age. Okay. Does not it written in Esdras that Esau is the end of the world? Okay. So during this man's rulership, that signifies the time of the end, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It's under a supreme wicked vibration, and the sins have reached unto heaven. Okay. So all these major prophecies are going to happen now. All right. Dealing with the nuclear destruction, which is going to be the second death, the final plague that's going to hit this place. All right, the ushering in of the mark of the beast, the third woe that's coming quickly, and the deliverance of the elect. Okay. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right. Even though it may seem like it's taking forever for these prophecies to come to pass, it's not taking forever, man. Okay, time is actually speeding up. We're almost halfway through the year if you think about it. All right, couple weeks, it'll be June 2024. It's summertime, man. You know? So I'll go back to Ezekiel. This is back in Ezekiel chapter 2. Chapter 3 and verse 3. I'm going to start at 2 again. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. Yeah, internalize it, man. Read. You got to study. You got to test yourself. There's the GMS homeworks out there. Or you can read a book, put your own questions together, try to answer them. You're digging. You read it. You're studying. Right? Verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, meaning thy mind. All right? Internalize it. And fill thou bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. So it's very sweet in your mouth or your mind. Okay? Because you understand who you are. All right? You understand what's coming for you. Right? There's sweet scriptures. There's scriptures like 2 Esdras chapter 6, which tell you that the whole world was made for our sakes. The whole earth is ours, man. There's scriptures that talk about the spiritual power, all right, the big payback, the new bodies. That's why it's called the Comforter, man. It's comforting unto our soul, all right? And to precept that, we're going to go to John, because after a while, it gets bitter, This is Revelation 10 and verse 9, all right? And this is out of the Good News translation, okay? And it reads, I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll. He's talking about the Holy Bible, the scriptures, right? He said to me, take it and eat it, right? Take it, eat it, internalize it. Understand? All right, then go and teach your people. It will turn sour in your stomach. All right, but in your mouth it will be sweet as honey. So the sour or the bitter part is pretty much us waiting for the Lord. Because we're just waiting for prophecy to catch up. You know, we're just waiting for these things to happen. We're measuring the time, and the Lord even said it in John 6:3, not in John 16, that we will have tribulation in this world. So that's part of the bitter too, going through these trials and tribulations, suffering. Being patient. Patience means to suffer, right? This is John 16. I believe it's the last verse. John 16 and 33. These things I have spoken unto you, right? And this is red letter. This is the words of Yahushua to his men. And the reason why he's telling them these things so that they won't get offended when these things happen. So the Lord told us, man, they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you. The servant ain't greater than his master. So we're not to be offended or surprised when we suffer these things. The Lord actually said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Right? John 16 and 33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. So this is the only place we have peace, and that's why it's sweet. Study it. If you're down, you're depressed, you're having a bad day, you study, you watch a video, you do a video, you do a response video, and then you'll be good. Why? Because this is that honey, man. Okay? This is where our peace lies. All right? Coming out here, this is the only time we can actually be who the Lord created us to be. Prophets, men of the Lord, Israelites. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulations. So out here, you have tribulations. All right? You go through various temptations. All right? What it says in Sirach, when I come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, meaning get your mind right, because in this world it's going to be enticements to get you to sin. All right? But we understand that the wages of sin is death, so we pray to the Lord for strength to resist those temptations, and also to not even be led into them. It says, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. Okay? Going through woman problems, car trouble, not being able to find a place to lay your head. Health problems. Things that you go in this world, we catch tribulation. But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. But hey, Yahushua overcame this world. Okay? And he has chosen men, 7,000 men, that will not bow the knee to Baal. They're going to overcome too. It's Lord willing, we're of that number. This is back in Ezekiel 3 and 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go and get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. So these ain't my own words. These are not our own words. These are the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. These are the words that the Lord put in his men and told them to write it down. But now it's coming out. Now it's all coming out, man. Because Yahushai loosed the seals, and we're in the last days. So we're coming out here to give you this meal. It's a well-balanced meal. We give you history. We give you prophecy. We give you wisdom and instruction. All right? Wise words on health. It's literally it's vast. It's living waters. There's no better way to describe this truth, man. Verse 5, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech. Right? We're not sent to, even though we're scattered. Well, we're here in America, which is Babylon the Great. Majority of people speak English. You have a heavy presence of the northern kingdom, the Latin tribes that speak Spanish, but the majority of our people, they're speaking English. We're speaking English, For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. So we're going right to our own people. We speak the same language, We ain't just dropped down from Mars. A lot of us are going through the same shit, nothing common to man, but we understand why. We understand the curses of Deuteronomy 28, who we are, right? Verse 6. Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou canst understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. You know? Verse 7. But the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee, for they would not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are imputed and hard-hearted. When you go into that word imputed, it means dumb, stupid, stiff-necked, ignorant. A lot of our people, man, they're willfully ignorant. They're caught up in the music, the culture, the nightlife, getting the bag, not understanding that's going to lead to your destruction, man. You know? You got our people, they're chasing the bag and the collapse in the economy. You know, the prophecy says, give me neither poverty nor riches. So we're just good with we're content with our daily bread, man. We just want the simple things, man. You know? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. And it reads, seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, while he may be found. Right, now is the high time. I'm going to get that too. It's the spirit. Read this again. This is Isaiah 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, while he may be found. Right? Because there's going to come a time, man, that we're going to face heavy persecution. Now, persecution is an oppression. It's when people face an oppression for a belief that they hold. Okay? So we're going to face persecution for believing in these prophecies, man. Okay? That's the time that we're coming into, you know? And Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kadosh Ba'atikdam. You know? It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And what does it mean while he may be found? While he still has his men out on the highways and hedges, ready to teach you, sup with you, and build you up. You can ask questions, you can get your questions answered. You know? The Spirit might have it where you join the camp and you're out teaching, working out your own salvation. You see? Isaiah 55 and verse 7. It says, call ye upon him while he is near. So that implies there's going to be a time where the Lord is not near, where you won't be able to find him. Okay? Where you won't be able to get these words. Okay? And what is that? There's a time coming that's called in the prophecies, the famine of the word. This is Isaiah 55 and verse 7. It says, let the wicked forsake his way. What's wicked? Evil, upside down, backwards. You know, pretty much anything that's contrary to the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is deemed as wicked. You know, same-sex marriage, wicked. Adultery, getting with another man's wife, wicked. Okay, being a belligerent drunk, heavy into all manner of drugs, immoral sexual activities, wicked. You know, all of these things are exalted here in America, man. Everybody's a drug addict or a sex addict. You know, people can't control themselves. You know, that's wicked, man. The Lord calls you to be a disciple, all right, which goes back to being disciplined, man. You know? It's Isaiah 55 and verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man Isaiah 55 and 7. Let the wicked forsake his way. You got to forsake. Forsake means to cast off, to leave. You know, and in the Apocrypha it says to hate thou abominations vehemently, man. You got to be disgusted with your old man. You know, you got to kill him before he kills you. Because the old man, the old you is just trying to survive, because that's what you were doing in America before you came into this truth. You know? And the old man lives according to the flesh, but that new man has to be after the spirit. It's Isaiah 55 and verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, right? And let him return unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Love Yahweh Shem Yahushua with all the heart, mind, soul, and understand what pleases the Lord, you know, and walk in that, you know? Like it says about our king, King David. He was a man after the Most High's heart, you know? And he only wanted to do things that pleased the Lord. Before he did anything, he actually prayed to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whether it was wise, whether he would have success, okay, whether he should go or whether he should not go, you know? This is Isaiah 55 and 7. And let him return unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua power, and he would have mercy upon him. That's what we're looking for, man. We need mercy, okay? Because if you understand what's coming, man, dealing with the famine of the word, there's going to be a time where you won't be able to get this word. Hell, you may not be able to find the Bible, all right? When you go to the history of the Maccabees, which is found in the Apocrypha, it tells you the persecution was so heavy that they found the books of the law, they burned them, they ripped them up. And the ones they didn't burn, they sought to paint the likeness of their images, you know? It's Isaiah 55 and verse 7. And he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. Going back to Isaiah 14. You know, the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Okay, there's the elect is out here, man. Lord willing, the elect is if not already still very close to being still. The way these prophecies have happened, all right? We're in the year 2024. This is election year, man. Okay, and you know, I speak as a man, but I can see Trump getting back in there, you know? But whether he does or he doesn't, shit is going to pop off, man. It's going to result in Egyptian against Egyptian, which is civil war, you know? Of course, we're not trying to be here another day, another minute, another second, but we understand that we got to measure the time diligently to understand when our Lord will come as a thief in the night, because it's written, the angels don't know. It's written that the angels don't know, only the Father knows, not even how Shai knows, man, okay? But there are signs that we're given, all right, that precede the Lord's coming, like April 8th. It was what? The great American eclipse, you know? This is Isaiah 55 and verse, I'll finish all 7. It says, he would have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. So the Lord's going to abundantly pardon the elect, man. Pardon what? Your sins. Okay, because all of our righteousness is as filthy rags. You know, we're worthy of death. But yet the Lord is going to pardon a remnant of his people and, you know, grant them life, eternal life, a crown of life. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So we can't fathom the mindset of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the thinking pattern. All right? We're just here on earth. All we can think about is carnal, earthly things, man. You know? Verse 10, for as the rain coming down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. So, hey, when the Lord said this place is going to be destroyed, that's what's going to happen. All right? When the Lord said he's going to take out 2/3 of his people, that's what's going to happen, man. All right? When the Lord said he's going to give his men spiritual power, the things that I do, you shall do greater. All of these things that were spoken, we're going to start seeing them happening. All right? And the name of Yahweh Shem Yoshai is going to be magnified in this earth. He's going to use his men to do it. Okay? It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. Right? The Lord ain't going to speak and it ain't going to happen. Because the Most High is not a man that he should lie. Okay? But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So it's going to prosper. Okay? Going to us being delivered. Shalom. Going to us being delivered, man. Okay? So great deliverance is coming. This is modern day Egypt all over again. This is the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, right? You got another thing. The scripture says, redeeming the time because the days thereof are evil. You got to understand that we're in very evil days. You know, it says the love of many shall wax cold, and the Lord is always sending judgment out. You got up here in New York, you had a man took a belt, threw it around a woman's neck, dragged her behind the car, and SA'd her, man. You know, over there in Cali, you have a man that's riding around in a tricked out van. They call it a great van on wheels, torturing women. So we're in some very evil times. Okay, they're doing sick things to children, sacrificing the little ones. All right, all for power, man. All for money. Love of money is the root of all evil. Okay. This is Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. I believe when you go into that word sleep here in the blue letter, it's hypnos, man. It's the Greek word for sleep, which is a spiritual stupor, spiritual slumber. You know, if you're in Islam, you're asleep, man. Calling on Allah. If you're in the Christianity, you're up there with vocab, you're asleep. Okay. Hell, if you're wearing your fringes in public, if you're thinking that you're going to be saved by the law, you're asleep, man. All right? It says that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Call all y'all about Shem Yahushai. See, even that's comforting, man. You know? Because it might feel like, we were down here, you just, day to day, you work, you pay bills, you go to camp, you do your videos. But that salvation is near. It's real close, man. We can feel it, you know? Verse 12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Put on his word. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, that you may be able to stand against the wiles, which is the trickery, the deceit, the deception of the devil. Okay? Taking heed that no man deceive you. You're going to have a lot of people out here telling you that the MOTB is embargo or sin or is sleeping with white women. It's anything but what it really is, which is the rights device, a physical mark that they want to put inside you, man. Okay? So we're warning you about that. We're warning you who the devil is, the so-called white man. Hell, we're warning you about Eve, the black woman, man. You know? We're warning you about the famine, the pestilence, the natural disasters. All of these things are in the Bible. It's the book of Amos chapter 8 and verse 11, because it says, seek the Lord while he may be found, which implies that's what? There's going to come a time where you won't be able to find him. All right? Now, I believe it's in First Kings, but it says, there's a scripture that says, the days of the Lord, the words of the Lord were very precious, man. Meaning people were seeking for it. You know, it wasn't just readily available. That's the days we're coming into, the words of the Lord are going to be very precious. Okay? This is Amos 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai power, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. So there's going to be a spiritual famine. All right? Because this is food. This is the bread of life. This is the water. All right? So we got to eat and drink this robe, man. So I'm going to bring out some information. Yeah, I think I wrote it down here. This lock, it should keep falling. So there's a bill that was just passed, HR 6090, right? And this bill was passed in response to the unrest on U.S. campuses. All right, so if you don't know what's happening over there in Gaza with the least of the flock, the FJs, and the Persians, and the Elamites, and the Ishmaelites, you know, the Syrians, you know, which they're all mixed up over there. The word Arab means mixed, right? You know, there's war. They're calling it genocide. All right, and that's being protested at these various different campuses. Okay, so in response to that, they passed this HR 6090, which is a bill that will codify the death of anti-Sem. All right, which you should know what I'm talking about when we say that. Okay, it says Anti-Sem Awareness Act. The vote was passed 320 to 91. Okay, they passed it, man. 320 to 91. All right. And this is what they're saying. This is what the Republicans, they say it could outlaw biblical teachings. Okay? That's an attack on what we're doing. Because we're the ones out here giving the true biblical teachings, man. Okay? So pretty much they're attacking the word. They're coming to ban the scriptures. Okay? So now it's high time to wake out of sleep and seek the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, while he may be found, man. Because the Lord foretold persecution, which is oppression for a belief that you hold, man. You know? It says, Democrats say it infringes on the freedom of speech. Okay? So your rights are being slowly but surely taken away, man. Gradualism. Okay? Then you got Mr. Schwab that's saying, oh, you will own nothing and be happy. So they're getting ready to strip everything away from you people, man. Nothing's going to matter. Okay, and when shit hits the fan, people don't understand that their college diploma, that time spent with their professors, this shit don't matter. Okay, there's one president, I forget his name, but he said that a thorough understanding of the Bible is better than any college education, man. Okay, it says the International H-Word Remembrance Alliance, a group of 35 member countries that includes the U.S., the whore, and the least of the flock, the Holy Land, right? The definition could then be used for enforcement of federal anti-discrimination laws on campuses. So you got the wars, the rumors of wars, which that's leading to uproars of the people in America, and that's leading to unrighteous decrees being passed. Call law, y'all, about Shem Yahushua. All right. Then you have the ADL, which is the Anti-Defamation League. Okay, it says the ADL, in coordination with the Conference of Presidents of major Babylon-ish organization, is demanding that Congress renew special provisions in the controversial Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act to allow for the silencing of anyone who in any way criticizes what's going on in Gaza. So you can't criticize these people, you can't critique them. Right, so I'll read it again. It says, to allow for the silencing of anyone who in any way criticizes what's going on in Gaza, and that's over there in the Middle East, right? And you know the prophecy says that Damascus shall be a ruinous heap, right? So you can't criticize these people, you can't critique them, you know, you can't boycott them, all right? That should show you who's in power right now, man. Amalek, which is the head tribe of Esau, right? It says 37 states passed boycott laws so that you can't boycott the FJs. Okay? The bill essentially makes the Bible illegal, all right? And it could convict Christians for believing in the Bible. So certain passages like Rev 2 and 9 that refers to the synagogue of Satan, they could lock you up for that, man. They're proposing another bill up there in Canada. I believe it's C-361 or 7, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 367. I might have wrote it down wrong, right? Which is pretty much a bill that's being proposed in Canada by the Prime Minister Trudeau, or Trudeau, you know, however you pronounce it, okay? And this is what he's saying. He says, praying in public, reading aloud from the Bible is hate speech, and it has to be severely punished. Okay, so that's an attack on us, man. Because we have brothers out there who teach in Canada. The Lord has men all over teaching. Italy, Alaska, not just in the U.S., but the main place is going to be the U.S. because this is where the major destruction and deliverance is going to take place. You know. It says an amendment to the criminal code that will prohibit Canadians from expressing an opinion based on a belief in religious texts. If passed, people can be arrested for quoting the Bible on Canadian soil. And this is ultimately what they want to do. This is what they have done in the past. You know? This is what Antiochus was doing, man. This is the book of First Maccabees. This is First Maccabees 1. Now this whole chapter is good, full of good history. But I'm gonna start at 41, okay? Dealing with Antiochus and what he set out to do. This is First Maccabees 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus, or Antiochus, you know, however you want to pronounce it, wrote to his whole kingdom, okay, that all should be one people. And that's what? The New World Order, pretty much. You know, that's their enterprise. What they're attempting to do now, how they want to make everyone one people. They want to put all the world's currency onto a device, and they want to put it under your skin so they can have total control over you, man. Okay? This devil, he ain't just satisfied with his kingdom, because this is his kingdom right now. He's ruling. He's not satisfied with that. He's going to be satisfied with having control over everyone. And he wants to do that with the rice device, the charagma, Revelation 13:16 on down. Right? And it says, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. So there's nothing new under the sun. You know, it says in Revelation that these 10 agreed to give power with the beast, roughly paraphrasing. You know, but then they was going to turn and hate the horse. You know, verse 43. Yet many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, right? Because it says that our people, they liken the customs of the Greeks best, and it's the same day today. Our people, they're heavy into this Greek culture. You know, right now the spirit is heavy. I noticed, and it's heavy on men to get in what fitness, you know, boxing, things of that nature. But gymnasium, that goes back to the Greeks. You know, gym goes back to gymnos, which means naked. And that's why when you go into the gym, everybody has their, you know, you actually got grown ass men walking around in the locker room naked, man. You know, they're in the homoism. You know, it said when the Greeks got in power, many evils were multiplied in the earth. First Maccabees 1 and 43. Yet many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land. And this is a lot of our people, like it says, a lot of our people, they were into this, man. They wanted to be Greeks. They wanted to, you know, build gymnasiums, go to the colleges, whatever. But then you have a lot of our people who weren't with it. Okay? That's where the Hellenization comes into play. Okay? That's why the New Testament says neither Jew nor Greek, because those Greeks were Hellenists who are Greek-speaking Jews, right? And a lot of them were forced into that lifestyle, man. A lot of the men of our nation, they were performing something called epispasm, which is a reverse circumcision. Because in our law, you know, which the Lord gave to Abraham, all men were to be circumcised on the 8th day. Okay, so these are grown men that would do epispasm, reverse circumcision, so that they can fit in with the Greeks. Okay, this is First Maccabees 1 and 45, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath days, the Sabbaths and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, and set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. So, you know, the persecution was heavy. You know, 48, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised. So we had a generation of our men, they were not being circumcised. All right, because if you tried to circumcise them, they would kill the baby and the woman and the priest that did the circumcision. All right, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances, customs, commandments, statutes, you know, our culture. All right, it's like the Lord told Jeremiah, thou thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage, being scattered among the heathen, speaking their language, start worshiping their gods, marrying into their woman, eating like them, you know. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. Well, it's going to be the same thing now. Because also during this time, you had the mother and her 7 sons, which they faced persecution and martyrdom for not eating pork. Nowadays, our people, they willingly go to Wendy's, order, you know, triple bacon, junior double. You know, they eat pork like it's nothing. Not understanding that our forefathers were put to death for not eating pork, man. You know, the pork in this time is pretty much going to be the RFID chip. You know, this is First Maccabees 1 and 51. In the self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, toward every one that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land. and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee for succor. Which the definition of succor is help or aid, you know. Now the 15th day of the month of Caslu, and the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side. Now the Lord, Yahushua, spoke about this too, you know, but he was actually referring to what was coming in 70 AD, but he used this as an example, you know, of how they were going to come in. You know, the Edomites, the Greeks, they were Edomites. The Romans were Edomites, you know, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. This is the point I wanted to make. Verse 56, and when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, so that, you know, whether you know it or not, the Bible is already banned in 52 countries, right? The majority of those countries are in the Middle East, dealing with those Arab nations, okay? So we're blessed to be able to come out here, you know, and read the scriptures on the highways and hedges. It's not like the 40s anymore, you know. The shit, what we're saying could have got us hung back in the day, you know. But the Lord has a hedge about us, man, so that the elect can be sealed, so that we can also work out our own salvation as well. But this is an altar, you know. This is modern day Egypt. The Lord said I will set up altars in Egypt, right? This is First Maccabees 1 and 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire. So they found the books, they took our books and burnt them, man. Okay. Nowadays, what? We upload our videos to YouTube. We got the smartphone, which is pretty much our internet at your palms, man. You know? Upload videos. The modern day books is the YouTube channels. You know? Of course, we have the Holy Bible, the Apocrypha, but then you have brothers that have YouTube channels. That's the modern day book. So when they cut the internet, that's pretty much the modern day book burning, because you won't be able to get online and get, you know, the mysteries broken down unto you. Okay? You won't be able to go online and get edified anymore. Hell, once the famine of the word comes, you won't be able to come out and get edification, get your questions answered. You know? First Maccabees 1 and 57. And wheresoever was found with any book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. You know? So I read that again. It says the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. And the brother had sent the video, I believe it's over there in Europe. There's a man, you know, he said, I'm an Israelite, you know, I'm a Jew. You know, and they locked him up. You know? Now, we don't know what happened to him, whether that was staged or not. But that's pretty much foreshadowing of what's coming. You know, persecution. The Lord said, you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. You know, if the Lord also said, if the world hates you, then you must know and understand that it hated me first. You know? So this is back in Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. And it reads, behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power, that I will send a famine in the land, but not a famine of bread, right? Dealing with these unrighteous decrees that they're passing, laws, legislations, them framing mischief by law, right? I'm gonna get this precept in Wisdom of Solomon, you know, because this is exactly what we're doing, man. We're the mouthpiece of the Lord that's consuming the devil Esau. Okay, we're exposing his works of darkness, man, what he wants to do, right? This is all Wisdom of Solomon and the Good News Translation, 1 and verse 9. It says the intentions of ungodly people will be closely examined. What's their intention? To chip everybody, man. Aaron Russo, David Rockefeller, that famous interview. Okay, to cut us off from being a nation. Okay, to destroy our men. All right, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, that we don't call upon the name of the Lord at all. That they stay in power. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Right? The intentions of the ungodly people will be closely examined. Their words will be reported to the Lord. So we're reporting these words to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, they're trying to ban the Bible. They're taking away our rights of free speech. You know, so we see how the famine is going to come in, and we see that we won't be able to come out and teach much longer. You know, the intentions of the ungodly people will be closely examined. Their words will be reported to the Lord, and then they will get the punishment that their wickedness deserves, right? Because the sins have reached unto heaven. So when they make their move on us, man, to persecute us, to throw us in prison, that's when the Lord's going to make his move, you know? This is Amos 8 and verse 11, finishing off. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua power, that I will send a famine in the land, now the famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and shall not find it. So when that time comes, that's when people are going to want to seek the word. It also says in Isaiah that there shall be a crying for wine in the streets. You know, going to what? People going to have questions. You know, people going to want answers. What's going on? How can I be delivered? What's the name of the Lord? You know, they're going to run up in these churches. And that time, you know, I believe a lot of these pastors, they're gonna get judged too by their congregation, because they've been committing adultery with the woman in the congregation. A lot of them been sleeping with the men. You know, it's so sick out here, man. All right, but the Lord's gonna start having these pastors get judged by their congregation, man. Verse 13, in that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. So people are going to faint because they're going to be thirsty for the knowledge that you can only get from the scriptures, but it won't be accessible, man. And that day the Lord's going to turn his face. You know, you get that in Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 1. This is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom cried without. All right? The wisdom is found in these scriptures. You know? She uttered her voice in the streets. So, you know, people come up and they always ask, you know, where's your building? Where's your church? All right? The word church goes back to ecclesiastical, which means to call out. So we're out on the streets calling out unto our people. Right? Just as John the Baptist did. He wasn't in the synagogue, you know. 21, she cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? Yeah, Christianity and simplicity, you know. Believing that the Lord is the white man, Jesus, come as you are, everyone can be saved. That's simplicity, okay? That's being simple-minded, man. And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All right? And to prove our people they hate knowledge, that they're willfully ignorant. Or they come up against the men who are giving them the knowledge. You know? 23. Turn you at my reproof, right? You're supposed to seek the Lord. when you hear these words come out. Turn back unto the Lord, man. Seek him 10 times more while he may be found. Okay? Oh, that's another scripture says while he actually let me get that. In the ancient world, our people used to build idols, man. Altars, groves, all right? But right now, you can just turn on YouTube and type in your favorite rapper. That's the idols of our people. It says in Ecclesiastes that it's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than to listen to the song of fools. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. Right? And that's what we're doing. Part of seeking the Lord, you got to know that name. Right? You got to come out and teach in season, out of season. Just like our apostles do. You know? Most High has even, we're blessed to have even to have our apostles and elders. They still go out faithfully week in and week out, man, being great examples. Okay? And that is another reason why we give double honors, because those men, they deserve it. You know? This is Proverbs 1 and verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Right now, the Lord's hand is stretched out, man. This is a live video. This is just going live right to the internet. You know? There's a few people watching, you know, brothers, a few sisters out there, you know, but nobody's up taking heed. People, they just ride past, they go about their life. But not knowing that this is the Lord stretching out his hand. You know? 24, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel and will none of my reproof. Right, our people, they would rather go down to Egypt for help. You know, they would rather start a business, get an LLC, you know, sell their soul, you know. They would rather envy their oppressor, okay? But they're not worried about the Yahweh Shem Yahushai though, you know. 26. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear coming. That calamity goes into destruction, desolation. All right, and that's going to come in the form of Jacob's trouble, man. Just like I said earlier, the UN troops, they're already here. They came up disguised as migrants. But what have they been telling you? That they're jobless. So what are they doing, man? They're being housed. They're being given monthly stipends. Okay, those are the UN troops waiting to be called up, man. All right, they keep telling you that they're military-aged men. That should raise a red flag to you right there. You know. It says, when your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when your distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Right? They're gonna call upon the Lord during the when shit hit the fan, but it's gonna be too late. People gonna want to sit their ass down and read the Bible when the famine of the word is here, man. When they start burning the books again, taking them away, persecuting you for reading the books, right? It says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, right? When hell, like, man, that's the slang. Jake said that in the world, early. You know, when shit hit the fan, our people, man, they're going to be looking for the Lord early, right? But they won't find them. By then, the Lord's going to hide his face. You know, it's gonna be nothing but uh, demonic apparitions out here, satanic energy. This is Luke 21 and verse 12. And it reads, persecution will come, which when you go to that word persecution is oppression for a belief and opinion that you hold. It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. All right, for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai's sake, for the name that we're preaching and teaching. Okay, this is what they're trying to do, man. They're trying to make the Bible illegal. Okay, if you're reading the Bible, they want to throw you in prison, which the Lord said that the devil shall cast some of you into prison. You know, it's lucky this shit keep turning. And they shall turn for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. All right, because some brothers are actually going to get brought, you know, before these devils, man. And they're going to get a supreme cuss out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, just like it says wisdom, just like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, you know. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness against those that have afflicted them. We're doing that right now, you know. The Lord willing, the Lord continue to give us that spirit, even if, you know, it's a lot to be brought before these people. Luke 21 and 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ain't gonna be nothing they could tell us, man. You know? 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Now that links with what? That links with Rev 20. You know? We're going into the beheading. Because Rev 24 says, I saw the souls of them that will be beheaded for the witness, all right, of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for the testimony which they held, roughly paraphrasing, you know. 17. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So Esau, you know, Esau got the media right now, you know. And then you got AI, the deep fake technology, you know. So there's nothing for this devil to put your face here or there, you know, and say, these people did this. And before you know it, the whole world is against us, man. Put you on world news. That's how this devil operates, man. He turns the people against you. Then he makes his move upon you. Then he kills you. Okay? This is Matthew 10 and 28. And fear not them And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. And that's Esau. His blessing is a sword. He has his judicial system, right? His Senate, which what is Trump talking about? Bringing back executions, man. Okay. Years ago, it's been reported how they ordered X amount of guillotines. What do you think they're going to use that for? They're going to use that to behead people, man, that don't want to get down with their enterprise, which is their new world order. Okay. Matthew 10:28, finishing off. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So we ought to obey the Most High rather than men and not fear what they could do unto us. So what's the things that are come, you know? This is John 16:1. These things I have spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. So the Lord told us, man, look, you're going to possibly go through this or that. These are the same things we tell brothers that are on the other side, you know, that are listening, that are trying to join the camp. We don't just bring brothers on the you know, on the side without putting them on, you know. John 16:1. These things I have spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yet a time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think he's doing the Most High service, man. Okay, so they're gonna say they're doing the Lord's work. That's the spirit they're gonna be in. That's why it's written in Esdras that they shall be as madmen, sparing none. I'm gonna get that. This is 2nd Esdras 16. I'm reading from the Good News Translation. Second Esdras 16, verse 68, Good News Translation. A vast mob of people is ready now to descend on you and devour you like flames. And that's the enemy coming in as a flood, man. A flood of flames, all right, a flood of water, all right. The first death was by water. The second death is going to be by fire, all right. But this is the wrath that these devils are getting ready to come down with. It's written in Revelation that the devil has come down unto you having great wrath because he know he got a short time, all right. He know the Lord about to come back and whoop his ass, man. He know the Lord's getting ready to give us spiritual power, okay. They will drag some of you off and force you to eat pagan sacrifices. And that's the MOTB, you know. If you give in to them, they will ridicule you and mock you and humiliate you. So, hey, if you don't, they're going to kill you. If you don't give unto them, they're going to kill you. Okay, but if you do, they're going to mock you, humiliate you, and ridicule you anyway, man. Okay? This is why the Lord said they that seek to save his life is going to lose it. A lot of our people, man, they're going to take that rice device and attempt to save, you know, what they have here. You know, whether they're afraid of death because they were taught and believe in a hell doctrine or whatever it may be, you know. It says, in many places near the cities, there will be violent persecution, violent oppression, man, for what we believe. Against those who fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua, against those who fear the Lord, the Israelites, man. All right. And if you fear the Lord, what are you going to do? You're going to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Device, that's part of their agenda. Okay. So they have to get us out the way, man. 71. The attackers will act like wild people. This is the GNT. And the regular says they shall be as madmen, sparing none. That's because they're gonna believe that they're doing the Lord's work, you know. And also they're gonna have the rice device in them on all type of drugs. Watch that movie Bloodshot, man. They was able to implant thoughts and memories in his head, you know. They will plunder and destroy without pity all those who still fear the Lord. 72. They will turn them out of their homes and take away all their possessions. So we don't tell you to stockpile or prep anything because we understand what's coming. This is what these troops are coming to do, you know. Remember, Mr. Swab said you will own nothing and be happy. They want to strip you of everything, okay? And the only way you can hold on to what little you do have is by selling out to their system, man, okay? It says, this will be the time of testing for my chosen people, okay? It says the hour of temptation, book of Revelation, time of testing, okay? It's not going to just be 60 minutes. It's going to be a season of where you're going to be enticed to sin, okay? And the sin is going to be you selling out to their system and taking that rights device, right? This will be the time of testing for my chosen people, and they will prove to be as pure as refined gold. And that's the elect, man. Because, hey, the Lord, in that time, the Lord's going to put it on his men's spirit to not bow down, but to call upon, to call upon his name, okay? Even if that means death. All right, I'm going to get just a few more. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Yeah, being put out the synagogues, being persecuted, suffering violence, having your head in the guillotine, being thrown in prison, Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. That should show you that the devil is an actual person on earth, which is the white man. That ye may be tried or tested, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Now, the 10 days is represent a complete amount of time. Could be less, could be more. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So that's what we're looking for, man. We're letting our people know what's coming, Trust in Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, call upon that name, stay faithful, and the Lord will reward you. Okay? It says the dead in Yahweh shall rise first. Right? This is 1 Thessalonians 4 and 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, and those that are asleep, are the elect men that have passed away already. They're in the spirit world. Okay? Men like Abba Bivens, King Masha, for example, man. Concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if ye believe that Yahweh Shai died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahweh Shai will Yahweh bring with him. So those men are going to be the first men to be risen up, man. Meaning they're going to be on the chariots first. Okay? 15. For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord, right? Because not every brother is going to be a martyr. Not every brother is going to be cast into prison. It says some of you, right? And the Lord also said, there shall be some of you standing here which shall not taste death, right? that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. Verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh. And the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first. So our whole faith is that our God defeated death. He rose from the dead. He rose Lazarus. You know, when the Lord died, people came out their graves, went to the city, and lived full lives. Okay? The Lord said, man, precious in the eyes of the Lord is the death of the saints. So us dying for this ministry, for the word, for the testimony, that's a great honor. Okay? And if you're able to endure that, the Lord said, man, you're going to be risen up first. You know? 17, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So I'm going to finish off Esdras in the Apocrypha. This is 2nd Esdras 16 and verse, I'll pick up at 70 where I left off. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, which is a violent persecution. You know, that's what it says in the good news. 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. That's the devil coming down with great wrath, right? 72, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So during these times, you're going to find out who the men of the Lord are, man. Okay, because the Lord's going to make it known. 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is your guide. The Most High and give us a spirit of fear. Right? 76. And the guide, actually I'll read 74 again. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So at this time, when all this hell finally commences and the devil makes his move, that's the time the Lord's going to raise up his men, lift up his standard, all right, perform great miracles, okay? Because during the time of Jacob's trouble, you know, it's going to be hell for our people, but it's also going to leave room for miracles, for the faith that we hold, man, you know? It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, right? We're coming into a time of great trouble, okay? And such as never was since there was a nation. Because right now these nations have possessed nuclear capability. You know, the technology is far advanced. The military weapons, you know. The surveillance. So it's not like you can hide, you know. It says, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. So, hey, man, call on Yahweh Shem Shai. The great deliverance is coming. Great judgment, destruction, persecution, but also deliverance, okay? Every one that shall be found written in the book. You know, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Shalom to the elect.